When we have children, we want them to be successful. We want them to do better than what we have. And I know one of the first things that I did was open up a college fund when my son was a year old, not even a year old, because I wanted to save for his education. I want to share a story about how that could be a mistake and wrong. Erin, someone I spoke to, her daughter graduated from school this year, 2025. Sarah wants to be a helicopter pilot. She wants to get her license. Erin set up a college fund like I did when her children were born. She has a family one for Sarah and her brother. And they've been investing into it the entire time, making sure they get the optimal amount for the credits, making sure there was enough in there so that education is taken care of. The program that Sarah needs in order to get her license is not covered under the RESP. It does not work for her. In order for her to get her license, it's going to cost $90,000. What 18-year-old can face that? What parent could be like, what am I supposed to do? Because you were doing everything right. You were following the system. You were doing the government program. But it fell flat. And that sometimes happens. Or you could be in the situation like myself, where my son, every year I ask him what he wants to do. The last couple of years, I want to be a YouTube influencer. I want to do something that's more entrepreneurial. You can't use the Registered Education Savings Plan for entrepreneurial stuff. Now, if they did decide not to go to college, you can take the money out, but your children are then taxed on the money that they use and the capital gains, or a little bit taxed on the capital gains from withdrawing that money. But the education plan, if you know your kids are going to college, they know they're going to college, and everything is good, you're okay. It's a great, amazing, incredible plan that can help you grow money to help support your children. But what if your child doesn't want to go to college? What if they want to start a business and they need capital funding? What if they're like Sarah, who what she wants to do isn't covered under what the government allows that money in the RESP to be used for? Even talking to Denise, one of the potential programs that her son is talking about isn't covered. The college isn't on the list of acceptable schools that the RESP covers. What do you do then? You spent the last 18 years trying to help support your children, give them the best education possible because you want to be that type of person to support them. It's not your fault. It's not the government's fault. It's just, unfortunately, it's a system that doesn't fit in today's world. It might have fit 20, 40 years ago when more people were going to college. But I know a lot of people that are starting their own businesses. They have their side hustles. They're doing a lot of stuff that you don't need a college degree for, and they're being very successful, and they're making a lot of money, and they're able to support their family and their households with this without having a college education or a degree. They don't need it. So if their children see them being successful without it, what's the probability of children going into college again? A lot smaller. One way to help support this is to be able to use a whole life or a universal life policy. It's tax-free, and it allows for the money to grow over time. So if you have young children right now and you're just starting their college funds, then you're able to potentially set up a life insurance policy under their names instead and fund that the same way as you would for the college funds. You don't get the grants, but you get better investment. You get tax-free money, and you get the option of using it for whatever you want, or they can use it for whatever they want. They don't want to go to college? No problem. Do you want to be a helicopter pilot and it's not covered under the college funds? No problem. You just want to get a house and be able to not have to worry about paying for finding the funds for a down payment or getting a bank loan? No problem. There's so many other options you can do, because what a lot of people don't realize with life insurance policies, especially once you start getting a cash value in there or you have a death benefit on there, you can loan from the insurance company at a lower percent for interest, and you don't even have to pay it back. They will just keep it for your death benefits. So if your child, for example, decides at the age of 25 they want to go and buy a house and they have over $100,000 or even $250,000, and that's how much the house costs, they can borrow that much money off of their insurance policy and they have a free house. They don't have to struggle with mortgage rates changing every 5 years. They don't have to worry about a mortgage, some people's mortgage can vary anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 a month. They won't have to worry about that. You have just saved them a lot of money. What if they do want to be an entrepreneur and they need capital investments, but they can't get that initial investments because they have no proof of concept? They haven't tried what they want to do out. Well, no, they don't need to worry about someone else banking on them because you've already banked on them when you offered them that policy. So they can take the money out of that policy and help support them. So a college fund is good. A college fund is great. It can help support people, but I have a very low probability that my son is going to go to college, because the things that he wants to do, you don't need a college degree for. What he watches us do, you don't need a college degree for. So why? And he's already saying, he's in grade 2 now and he's trying to tell me that school is useless. That was a conversation I had going to school with him today, because he doesn't see the point in the value. Maybe when he gets older he will, but do I want to put all my eggs in that one basket? Or do I want to put it in a basket where he could have multiple different options of what he wants to do with the money once he turns 18, 20, 25, or even keep it as a retirement option and be able to retire as a millionaire? It will be whatever he chooses to do with that money. And it's not told, this is for education and that's it. So if you want to learn more details and you want to figure out how you can do this, I did mention it's good for little kids to start now, but you know what? You can transfer over, but you have to be very smart about it. You may not necessarily be able to transfer all the funds at one time, but you could do little by little each year, because there is certain rules. And I know the rules. You don't need to worry about them. But if you're curious, you want to know more, drop me a comment down below, send me a DM, and say, hey, I want to learn more about what I can do so that in case my child doesn't go to education, or in Sarah's situation where it doesn't work for her. She cannot use the funds in that program, in that savings plan, to get her license. So I want to be able to help support you, because I know you care a lot about your children. You wouldn't be pushing so hard for your own business to do better for your family if you didn't care. Let me help give you a different tool that you never knew about to be able to set them up at a better position when they become an adult. Have a great day.